As of today, there are 2,293 wildfires that have occurred in Canada. Approximately 3.8 million hectares have been burned. And across the country, as of today, there are 414 wildfires burning, 239 of which are determined to be out of control. Also, as of today, an estimated 20,183 people remain evacuated from their homes and communities. And while this is an overall reduction in parts of Alberta, Nova Scotia, and Quebec, where people have been able to return home, many are still displaced. And as fires continue to threaten their communities, we're working very closely with our provincial, territorial, and municipal partners and First Nations partners to ensure that we provide support to those who have been evacuated. We have also seen continued impacts to critical infrastructure in Quebec, such as roads and rural closures, telecommunication interruptions, and high-voltage power lines being threatened by the growing fires. I want to assure Canadians that all orders of government are working closely together, including with our Indigenous partners, to ensure a coordinated and effective response. It's all hands on deck, and it's around the clock. I also want to assure the Canadians that despite the challenging start to the wildfire season, there are strong plans in place. We work very closely with our provincial, territorial, and First Nation partners, and we have the capacity to respond. And just yesterday, I think all Canadians saw a heartwarming video of firefighters arriving from South Africa at the Edmonton International Airport. They've come to this country to assist as coordinated by the Canadian Interagency Firefighter Centre, just as our Canadian firefighters have supported other countries with their response to their wildfires. And this is in addition to the firefighting support and resources that we've already received from the United States, Australia, and New Zealand, and which we also anticipate will be coming to Canada in the coming days. We understand 109 firefighters, for example, will be arriving from France tomorrow to assist in Quebec. To all the firefighters currently deployed across Canada, we say thank you for answering the call. In addition, NGOs, including the Canadian Red Cross and the United Way, have also stepped up across the country to provide support to evacuees and to those who have been impacted by the wildfires. I want to take the opportunity to sincerely thank all who have generously donated to our matching campaigns. And with federal and provincial contributions, these appeals have already raised over $26 million in Alberta, $6 million in Nova Scotia, and in the Northwest Territories, they are close to reaching their $300,000 goal. To the firefighters, first responders, search and rescue teams, and members of the Canadian Armed Forces who continue to move to danger to keep our communities safe, I want to say thank you for your incredible work. I also want to thank all the public servants, Indigenous leaders, emergency management personnel, community organization, and everyone who is working collaboratively together around the clock to coordinate resources and to keep Canadians safe. Thank you very much, and I will now turn the mic over to Minister Anand.
Good afternoon, bonjour. I want to extend, first and foremost, my deepest sympathies to everyone affected by the devastating wildfires across the country. Nous faisons tout en notre pouvoir.
We are doing everything in our power to provide support and assistance to your communities.
Today, I want to provide an update on the support that the Canadian Armed Forces members are providing in 3 provinces, and I am thanking them for answering the call each and every time. I'll begin in Alberta, where approximately 130 Canadian Armed Forces members are currently deployed in Fox Creek and Fort Chipewyan. They're providing firefighting support, engineering support, and airlift capacity. On May 30th, they helped to evacuate more than 100 residents from Fort Chipewyan, which is only accessible by plane or boat during the summer. And on June 1st, 5 civilian fire trucks were transported to Fort Chipewyan by CC-130J Hercules aircraft to assist with wildfire response efforts. Now, in Nova Scotia, Canadian Armed Forces members are providing support in 3 areas: planning and coordination, that's logistics type work, ignition specialist personnel and equipment, and personnel and tools to assist with firefighting. Ignition specialist personnel from CFB Gagetown are now on the ground, tasked with helping to prevent fires from spreading. An immediate response unit of approximately 100 soldiers from 2nd Battalion, the Royal Canadian Regiment, has completed firefighting training and is ready to deploy as soon as tasks have been identified for them. 14 Wing CFB Greenwood also provided a civilian company with accommodations, ramp space, fuel stock, and other logistics for their CL-415 water bombers and PC-12 observation aircraft. Au Québec, les membres des forces armées
In Quebec,
canadiennes
Canadian Forces members will be providing support as follows. Personnel and resources to perform primary firefighting duties, support to planning and coordination of air transportation, to carry out logistics tasks. About 300 Canadian Armed Forces members are participating in a deployment to Sept-Îles. The Navy Joliet Serre is being used as a home base for this operation. There are also 9 Hercules aircraft providing food and supplies to residents in Mangani and the city of Shefferville.
CAF members, in conclusion, will continue to support provincial authorities as requested to keep communities and Canadians safe. And I thank them for their hard work, their dedication, and bravery, for stepping up day after day. Together, we are all hands on deck, and we will keep going on to meet this challenge. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech.